Hi, everyone. I'm Tracy, a 30-year-old dermatologist with my own skincare clinic in downtown Boston. Life was going smoothly, and I'd worked hard to build my career and reputation. I had everything I could have hoped for: a thriving clinic, a wonderful boyfriend, and a close-knit family. Growing up, my brother Leo and I were inseparable. We were best friends, always supporting each other. So when he met someone special, I couldn't have been happier for him. Tracy, you're the best sister ever. Sarah is going to love you, Leo assured me with a grin when he first told me about his girlfriend. And when I met Sarah, she seemed sweet and eager to connect. Oh my God, your skin is literally perfect. You have to tell me all your secrets, she gushed. I didn't think much of it at the time, but perhaps I should have noticed the slight edge behind her enthusiasm. My clinic was booming, and I had recently started sharing skincare tips online. One evening, James, my boyfriend and biggest supporter, handed me my phone with a grin. "Babe, you just hit 100K followers. We should celebrate," he said, pulling me into a hug. Later that night, he proposed, making the moment even more perfect. But after Leo and Sarah's wedding, things began to change. At their reception, Sarah accidentally spilled red wine on my white dress. "Oh, I'm so clumsy. Let me help clean that," she offered, but her dabbing only made the stain worse. Soon after, Sarah pushed me to hire her friend Rachel, insisting she'd be perfect for my clinic's admin work. Against my instincts, I agreed. Rachel turned out to be far from helpful. One morning, she assured me my schedule was clear, only for 3 clients to show up. All with supposedly confirmed appointments. My clinic was my sanctuary, and I found peace in my meticulous skincare routine. Double cleansing, toning, serums, and a special French moisturizer. My patients noticed. "Your skin is literally glowing," they'd say, booking extra consultations just to learn my secrets. One night over dinner, James suggested, "You should launch a skincare line. Your followers would love it." I had been toying with the idea, and I was thrilled to discuss it. But the next day, Rachel interrupted during a staff meeting. "Oh, isn't that what Sarah's planning to do?" I was stunned. I hadn't even known Sarah was interested in skincare. As wedding plans with James progressed, Sarah's comments grew sharper. "Wow, another post about skincare? Don't you think people might get bored?" she'd say during family gatherings. She'd make offhand remarks like, "It's so brave of you to post without filters, so authentic." I tried to ignore her digs, focusing on my clinic's expansion and the wedding. But looking back, those were warning signs. The final straw came after my social media hit 500K followers. At a family barbecue, I overheard Sarah whispering to my mom, "Don't you think it's a bit unprofessional for a doctor to be dancing on social media? People are starting to talk." She'd bring up supposed negative reviews at family dinners, acting concerned about my reputation whenever Leo wasn't around. On my wedding day, as I greeted guests, Mrs. Anderson, one of my loyal patients, complimented me. "Tracy, your skin is glowing. You have to tell everyone your secret." A small crowd gathered, eager to hear about my routine. And then I noticed Sarah standing nearby, her hand clenched tightly around her champagne glass. I gave Sarah a tight smile, masking my irritation. "Careful what treatments you ask for," she chimed in with a laugh that didn't reach her eyes. "Some of them might not even be FDA approved." 3 days after the wedding, I woke up to a nightmare. My skin was burning, red and swollen, covered in angry welts. "James, something's wrong." I panicked, barely recognizing my own reflection. He grabbed his keys without a second thought. "We're going to the hospital." The dermatologist in the emergency room was baffled. "These look like chemical burns. Have you used any new products lately?" she asked. I shook my head, but my stomach dropped as I thought back to my usual French moisturizer. Could someone have tampered with it? When I returned to work, whispers followed me down the hall. My wedding photos were ruined, my face unrecognizable. Worse, patients started canceling appointments. Rachel walked into my office, avoiding eye contact. "Your 2 o'clock canceled," she mumbled. Said they heard something about illegal treatments. "What illegal treatments?" I demanded. Rachel's face paled. "I don't know, but there are rumors on social media and in some reviews." That night, James held me as I cried. "We'll figure this out," he promised. "Someone's obviously trying to sabotage you." My phone buzzed again, a cancellation. Then another. and soon my social media was flooded with comments about unsafe procedures. I noticed Rachel darting away whenever I was near, and in a staff meeting, she wouldn't meet my eyes, especially when I mentioned missing patient files. That weekend, I went to my parents' house, hoping to find some support. My face was still raw and inflamed. Maybe you should take a break, Sarah suggested sweetly. Focus on getting better. These rumors will die down eventually. But there it was, that slight, self-satisfied smirk she could barely conceal. The same look she had at my wedding, just before my face cream had been switched. James, I said that night, I need security cameras at the clinic. And it's time we looked into Sarah and Rachel. By Friday, the cameras were up, and by Monday, I had the footage I needed. At 7:00 a.m., Rachel could be seen sneaking into my office, copying patient files and photographing confidential documents. I pulled up the video on my laptop and called her in. I've already called the police, I told her, watching her expression crumble. Unless you want to tell me what's really going on. Rachel's resolve crumbled instantly. Sarah made me do it, she whispered, trembling. She threatened to expose my old DUI if I didn't help her. Help her do what? I pressed. She's been collecting patient information, doctoring reviews, spreading rumors. She's the one who put chemical peel solution in your face cream at the wedding. My hands shook as I called a friend in the FBI's cyber crimes unit. Lisa, I need you to look into someone for me. What she found was staggering. Sarah had a pattern. 3 cities, 3 different names, each time targeting a successful woman and leaving her reputation in shambles. A boutique owner in Miami, a real estate agent in Chicago, both left financially and professionally devastated. Lisa's investigation turned up even more. She's been siphoning money from Leo's business, small amounts over time, adding up to nearly $200,000. I confronted Rachel again, demanding to see everything. She handed over her phone, which held screenshots of Sarah's messages orchestrating each act of sabotage, photos of her tampering with my products, and even a video of her sneering. Karma's coming for that perfect little face. When I showed Leo the evidence, he went pale. The missing funds. I thought it was a software error, he whispered, devastated. At the next family dinner, Sarah tried her usual games. I heard more disturbing things about Tracy's clinic, she started, her tone laced with false concern. Like what, Sarah? I cut in smoothly. The lies you've been spreading. Or should we discuss the money you stole from Leo? She froze, eyes wide. I don't know what you're talking about. Then let's ask Jennifer, the boutique owner from Miami. She's actually in town. Want to say hello? Sarah's face went pale as she stumbled back, nearly knocking over her wine glass. Leo's voice was ice cold. Save it. The FBI has already confirmed everything. My phone buzzed just then with another message, another victim of Sarah's schemes, ready to come forward. One by one, more messages flooded in from women who had fallen prey to her malicious plots. You really should have checked if any of your past victims were in my patient database, I told her as she backed away from the table, stunned. Turns out, successful women talk to each other. And I watched, relieved and empowered, as they led Sarah away in handcuffs, her designer handbag replaced by an orange jumpsuit. Rachel's testimony about the fraud was the final nail in Sarah's coffin. Your Honor, the prosecutor declared, we have clear evidence of embezzlement totaling over $800,000 across multiple businesses, including her husband's company. In a matter of days, Sarah's beauty blog imploded. Brand after brand announced, we are terminating all sponsorships, effective immediately. Leo's words during their jail visit were simple but final. I want a divorce. The psychological evaluation results were eye-opening, confirming what so many of us had suspected. That evening, my phone buzzed with a message from Jennifer, the Miami boutique owner. Support group meeting tonight. 20 of Sarah's victims and counting. At the meeting, I looked around at the women Sarah had hurt. You know what's beautiful? I said to them, watching karma work in real time. My skin had healed just in time for my rescheduled wedding. This time, when I walked down the aisle, my glow was all natural. I now pronounce you husband and wife, the minister declared, and as James and I kissed, our guests cheered. 6 months later, my clinic had expanded to 3 new locations. Patients would come up to me, inspired. Your story gave me the courage to speak out about my own toxic sister-in-law. They'd say, at the National Beauty and Wellness Convention, I spoke to a packed audience. Success is the best revenge, I told them, but karma's free. A guard later told me that Sarah had watched my speech on the recreation room TV, her carefully constructed facade finally cracking. Breaking news, the TV anchor announced celebrity dermatologist Tracy launches groundbreaking skincare line with pre-orders exceeding 1 million units. In her cell, Sarah read the newspaper, her face a mask of disbelief as she saw the headline. Fraud scheme mastermind faces 15 years. No more luxury creams where she was going. You've started a movement, James said as we celebrated the launch of my 4th clinic. Those support group meetings had been helping so many people. Leo had found love again too, this time with someone genuine. At their wedding, I raised a toast to real relationships built on love, not lies. Footage of Sarah tampering with my face cream became part of a documentary on identifying toxic behavior. If I can help even one person recognize the signs, I told the filmmaker, then every scar was worth it. Last I heard, Sarah had been denied parole. Apparently, she showed no genuine remorse, her manipulative tendencies still on full display. As for me, I'm too busy living my best life to think of her much. My skincare empire continues to grow, and every product label includes a reminder, your success is your sweetest revenge. Sarah thought she was destroying me, but in the end she taught me the most valuable lesson of all. Toxic people are life's way of showing you exactly who you're not meant to be. So, what would you do if someone close to your family tried to destroy you and had a history of hurting others? Would you expose them immediately, or would you gather evidence first? Let me know in the comments.